Good afternoon to everyone who can join us today. Welcome to the webinar on the artificial intelligence, where we'll be talking about impacts and challenges around this subject. So before we move on and I pass the mic to Dr. Vishal, I need to go through a couple of house rules. So you will see that your audio and video has been turned off. And this session will be recorded, so don't worry, we will get the videos and the slides and the contact details of our speakers to you shortly after the event has ended. To pose a question, make sure that you select the settings to be sent to everyone so that you can allow everyone to see the question that you are posing to the panelists. And if you have any questions not answered during the webinar, simply just drop me an email, which will also be included in the emails sent out after the event. And one more thing is that, please stay with us till the end, because I'll be sharing some resources which will be useful to researchers who is trying to look for more content on AI. So do stay tuned with us. So I'm going to stop share now, and then I'm going to pass over to Dr. Vishal. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Larvina Sui. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Saiko Damiano from DGrouter for giving us an opportunity to conduct this very hot topic. We can say that the artificial intelligence impacts and the challenges. So today in the panel discussion, we have two other panelists. One is Dr. Ramani Kannan from UTP Malaysia, and one is Dr. Girija Shetty from University of Canberra. Welcome you, sir, at online virtual platform. So Dr. Girija has a bachelor and master degree in electronical engineering and computer science from India, and PhD in information science and engineering from Australia. She has more than 35 years of experience in the industry, research and teaching from universities and research and development organizations of India and Australia. She is a full professor in computing and information technology at School of Information Technology and Systems, University of Canberra, Australia, and lead a research group with several PhD students, postdocs, and research assistants, and regular international and national visiting researchers. She has published extensively with more than 200 fully refereed publications in several invited book chapters, edited books, high-quality conferences, and SCI Scopus journals. Welcome, ma'am. Second panelist of our session is Dr. Ramani Kannan. He is currently working as a senior lecturer, Center for Smart Grid Energy Research, Institute of Autonomous System, University of Technology, Petroa, Malaysia. He completed PhD in Power Electronics and Drives from Anna University, ME from Anna University, and BE from Bharatiya University in 2004. He has more than 15 years of experience in prestigious education institutions and published more than 150 papers in various national and international journals and the conferences. He is also the editor and the co-editor and the guest editors of various top-ranking journals, including Springer Nature, Elsevier. He has received award of Best Presenter in a CENCON 2019, that is IEEE Conference on Energy Conversion, Indonesia. And I, Dr. Vishal Jain, presently working as a Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Sharda School of Engineering and Technology, Sharda University. I hold a one-book series with the DGrouter on the augmented reality and the virtual reality. And presently book is also indexed with the Scopus, and all the chapters are indexed with the Scopus. So without much ado, I would like to start our panel. So first I request Dr. Girija to please take over the session and enlightening us on the AI impacts in the healthcare. Ma'am, please.
Thank you. I would like to share my screen. That would be... So I hope everyone can see my screen. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, hi everyone. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now it is visible, ma'am. Perfect.
Is it visible? Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for making time to attend this webinar. And thank you to the Goethe and Dr. Vishal Jain for giving an opportunity to talk about this increasingly important and hot topic. So I am going to talk about the health applications, health scenario or health settings, because that's where I have been working on for several years, and AI is highly impactful. And of course, there are very challenging settings where you can find its use. I am not going to give this as a technical talk. There is a significant technical component involved because I don't know the background of the audience here. You could look at this link, and I have got several papers and articles, and in general, what my research students work on in this area and what are the consulting projects I do. I just go into a big picture based on my experiences of how I conducted several projects, basically as more a layman perspective. So to brief you, that everybody knows AI these days. Everybody works in AI. It's kind of a become what it was like, 30 years back. It was microprocessor, and then you had a computer, and then you had internet, and then you had mobile phone, and then you had cloud, then IoT. Every technology comes, everyone is very much enthusiastic and try to find different applications. And recently, from last few years, it's AI. The AI has been there for several years. It's not just it's new, but it's just that now we have the supportive technologies like computers, networks, infrastructure, which is strong enough, GPU, for example, is strong enough that you can actually see real applications come to reality, and you can see them happening in the real world in a day-to-day settings. But people have been working on from last 30, 40 years, more than that. Almost all of us are working from last 30 years, but really the researchers have been working on more than 40, 50 years. So the transformative of power of AI is most significant in health. This is what attracted me to work in the area of health. Though I'm a computer scientist, I thought that this is an area where we can make a real influence. And there are several challenges, and it can be very impactful. So what are the transformative situations that they can be pervasive, they can actually rapidly diffuse in all areas of living, especially the healthcare area. You cannot underestimate the AI technology's impact in any area, particularly in health, because there are very complex challenges inherent in the many subdomains of the healthcare, especially you see the medical imaging and radiation oncology. The fast changes, as I just mentioned, in advances in AI and associated health technology infrastructure in terms of federated systems, web, cloud, mobile, and AI, IoT devices, they can have potential influence to bring equity. We want that equity in the healthcare because there are several countries, low and middle income countries, they do not enjoy same levels of access to healthcare facilities as compared to all the developed countries. So we want, this is what the goal should be of anyone working in the area, and that's been happening significantly from last few years. AI can help address several challenges unique to particularly global health and make the countries reach the sustainable development goals, which are health related. So just go back to a few years, few decades to say the origins of AI. And the AI is not a new term. It has been there. It was first invented by John McCarthy, who is a computer scientist and mostly worked in Stanford as a professor. and he actually described the term or denoted the term AI long back in 56 and described it as science and engineering of making intelligent machines. He was a Turing Award winner in 1971. Unfortunately, in computing, we don't have Nobel Prizes. So Turing Award is equivalent to that. In 1971, he won this for this invention, and in addition to several other awards. He actually invented the Lisp programming language. Those who are worked in this area for several years, they must be knowing Lisp. Time sharing architectures, garbage collection, and alcohol program. These are some of the influential contributions Professor John McCarthy has made, which we are probably seeing it more than 50 years later or 70 years later, in fact. The most significant application or the area where it can benefit in the medical practice is radiation oncology and medical imaging. Of course, it does hold in many other areas. We have known during COVID-19 challenge, there were so many inventions that really happened, which we probably would not have imagined before that, because the situation demanded, and there were so many real-world practical applications that actually got invented during COVID-19 phase in terms of remote medicine, telemedicine, IoT-based personal monitoring devices, testing, COVID-19 rapid antigen test, which is tracking, even though it is a medical device, and there are the ways that governments track in terms of the spread of the disease. The global health challenges is where there is an urgent need as compared to other challenges currently and in future, near future, because there are acute health force shortages in some of the low-income countries, and they have weak public health surveillance systems, especially around the infectious diseases where it is going to impact the rest of the world. And these challenges need urgent attention for making global progress towards achieving the health-related sustainable development goals. Some of the low and middle-income countries, they continue to feel the burden of several diseases, especially, as I said, infectious diseases, but also towards morbidity and mortality, maternal and child health care. I'm not going to name each country, but if you can go and look at the SDG indicators goal and the WHO goal, these are some very highly impactful, challenging areas and impact where the AI can make. And second part, not only this, but the affordable healthcare. Not everyone can afford the expensive treatment. So we need to provide affordable healthcare for the low income, low resource settings, the countries with, and that's where AI can help. Okay, because on the past interventions based on AI, they have shown promise that they can really help in challenging settings corresponding to low and middle income country settings, global health, as well as the affordable health. So that's where there needs to be focus. And also some of the other focus areas is very complex diseases, for example, radiation oncology, and where it is impossible to find treatments, more fatal or rare diseases. Something comes out of nowhere and nobody has those rare diseases. So they can be actually helpful interventions, especially in telehealth services, in low resource settings, and risk assessments, because you can build AI technology based on clever algorithms like deep learning and generative adversarial networks. The generative AI currently, which we are working on, most of the people around the world, they have a capability of modeling or predicting early disease diagnosis. They can use rich historical information collected from sources multitude of sources to come about a prediction or a detection, which could be which is not possible with a single physician or one person, but having a group of minds embedded into the AI tools can be actually impactful. In addition to these interventions, there are some other health-related areas where AI-based tools can be helpful or impactful, especially manufacturing and hospitality. We have seen that can actually directly translate those systems into procurement and supply chain management in healthcare. Other than that, they are also, I think having this, they can make significant cost savings. About it is estimated around 300 million global savings is possible in healthcare industry alone by embedding the AI-based procurement and supply chain management tools in the way the healthcare industry can deal with procurement and supply chain costs. They also can be improve the patient workflows, especially from GP to hospital to emergency management to the specialist. All the integrated management is possible. We probably see that most of these, since COVID-19, many of the countries have been able to have these systems with AI-based decision support, but not sure whether that kind of support is available in the low and middle income countries yet. That is something we need to ensure as a research community or as a practitioner community to be able to do that. In addition to these supply chain and integrated disease management, there are other kind of applications or impacts, reducing medical errors, deep learning based algorithms, different types of information. For example, you can, from the clinical node, if there is any errors in the medication prescription, that can be actually detected by AI-based tools that probably the person is allergic to this, or in the past there has been some adverse reaction. So that can be, so currently the NLP-based techniques can be. So the increased doctor-patient interaction and communication is possible that we don't have to rush to the GP every time. For a basic information, you have a generative AI tools, which we probably know these days, ChatGPT and others. We can actually seek support and provides authentic information, but it is not a replacement to doctors. It is basically a first level of information, which is basically triaging the information, but not really treatment. It is, of course, a doctor's advice is needed. But the first level response is possibly can be taken care of AI-based tools. Some of the impactful examples is in disease management. I'm going to not go through each of them because I will share the slides so that you can go through what are some of the impactful, at least I have been dealing with some of the references from here so that it can indicate my future research focus. For example, the vital sign monitoring. One of the famous example is a predictive AI model developed for disease management by an IBM client for premature babies in detecting severe sepsis cases. It was more than 75% accurate. So that is not bad, given that it is a very complex domain. Then there is an example called Verily, a Google product, and it is great in predicting communicable and hereditary genetic disorders, which is again a very complex area. It can also be possible to improve the clinical trials. You know how complex is recruiting the patients for clinical trials. You have to test so many medical codes and be able to manage that. This is where the automated AI-based management system for clinical trial can improve the efficiency. The personalized tools with large language models, as I said, ChatGPT, they can provide personalized precision medicine and easy to support with virtual AI assistants so that it can be helpful into providing a personalized recommendation around the clock, and you don't have to rely on just Googling search. I think these days Bing search is also enabled with the AI, but otherwise you can have that. One of the more impactful or challenging settings is the medical imaging and drug development. There are several grand challenges held in this area, and we have been a part of these continuously. Medical imaging and radiation oncology is a very complex domain where you have to go through very large volumes of medical images, especially hundreds and hundreds, thousands and volumes, and they are of very low quality. As you can look at it, if you have you ever taken your X-ray or something during COVID or before that, you just can't make any sense out of it. So making sense out of these large volumes of medical images and detecting vital pieces based on your continuous history, as well as detecting any abnormality, is something which we probably can't do, and AI can do and help the physicians. Especially when you do it for treatment, like in cancer, radiation oncology, we use the radiation, harmful radiation, to treat the cancer. And if it goes into the wrong organ, you probably damage the healthy organs and healthy cells. And that's where AI can precisely point out where treatment needs to be targeted. The other area is the drug development. The drug development is a complex domain. You have to find out new medicines, which happened in the COVID, we have to find new vaccines, and probably physicians must have got a lot of help from this AI-based tool. And that's where rare diseases, for drug developing for rare diseases, is something AI can do better. So all in all, the pros of AI is really great, and it outweighs the cons. It makes the healthcare more accessible. Many poor countries who fall behind the rest of the world that can take advantage of this AI, and people living in most remote areas are at risk of dying, and because they can't obtain medical assistance, so you can have a remote assistance possible, and that is only possible with the artificial intelligence and computer-based technologies. According to WHO, currently the unequal access to health services results in a 18.1-year difference in the life expectancy between the rich and poor countries, which is where AI can come in and provide more equitable health care. Some of the recent applications, if you have a look at this ADA app, it is now available in more than 140 countries, and it can actually help the doctors and patients from all the remotest areas of the world. Of course, there are cons. It is not just create positive things, and if you don't think about it carefully, you can also cause harm, which is what some perpetrators do. First of all, everybody thinks that there is because of the automation, you lose the job. It actually translates into some different types of jobs. That's something nobody has ever realized. And of course, there is a range of privacy violations. If the data is not managed properly, data security is not addressed, and the recent generative AI technologies lead to what is called as deep fakes. Algorithm bias, if you model the data used on the bad data, probably use it on a face recognition, which is done on one colored faces, not include all the faces, that is again causing algorithm bias. Socioeconomic inequalities, that is impacting how the bad AI can be causing harm. And probably some of the bad players try to weaponize the information that they gather with AI-based tools. So this is something we need to be aware that it can be very harmful. So what is the fix? The fix is to have a proper education right from the beginning, to understand, and education by multidisciplinary. Both computer scientists need to be educated, the medical practitioners need to be educated, that we need to trust each other and build towards making better impact to the society, and try to have a malicious impact on the healthcare with AI. So the future is bright. In the last couple of years, the generative AI has made it both impactful, but of course, at the same time, challenging. As I said, there can be bad players which can try to weaponize the thing, and it will revolutionize. If you take it in a positive thing, you can revolutionize the AI in every aspect of your life, especially health and medicine. Make it the digital health tools can provide equitable health access, more complex diseases, and a more personalized care for physicians and patients. So I think I am done with that. I'm happy to take any questions later on down the track. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Girija ma'am, for giving your deep insights on this particular topic. And I can say that you are a perfect for AI in healthcare, as you have supervised number of PhD thesis and the master dissertations on this particular topic, where I have also reviewed few theses which you have designed the data mining tools on the healthcare system. Thank you so much. Now I request Dr. Ramani to please take over the session, enlightening us on your very hot and interesting topic, that renewable energy studies and the sustainable development with the impact of AI and machine learning techniques. Sir, please.
Dr. Vishal, can you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir. Screen is coming and your voice is also very much clear.
Just a minute, sorry. Okay, is it clear now, Dr. Vishal?
Yes, sir. All things are set.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
So first of all, welcomes all the members from various countries for the participant today's webinar. And also, I would like to welcome all the panel members, especially Dr. Vishal, I am moderator, and Dr. Krija from Australia, and also Miss Lervina is from Germany, recruiters. Thank you all. Thank you very much for the great opportunity provided Dr. Vishal. So today, almost Dr. Krija is giving a very big picture about the AI techniques, especially in the sector of healthcare. So I'm also having few things in these slides. So now we want to give the more elaboration about the AI breakthrough, driving sustainability and smart transportation, which is under the artificial intelligence impact and challenges. And this is a very big, wide area. So thank you, organizer. Okay, so now, yes. So today we are going to discuss about the various contents like introduction to AI. Especially Dr. Krija is already covered the foundation of artificial intelligence, who's a founder, and other history, state of arts. In addition, I am going for the AI sustainability and the transportation, the future perspective and opportunity. Finally, we need to conclude. Okay, so basically everyone knows the artificial intelligence. I can explain a little bit about that. So we want to replace as a human behavior, especially for the human intelligence. That's why we plan for the artificial intelligence, which is involved the simulating the intelligent behaviors and problem solving capability in the machines. Normally, the human can able to solve any complex problem. It is very difficult. So that's why we are making the computer. So current trend, the modern world. So we are developing the machine learning techniques, such as we have a wide range of techniques, the approaches, which is include machine learning, natural language processing, NLP, and computer vision and robotics. So some of the application I can highlight it here. So especially for the various field that we have involved in the AI techniques, not only in this particular field, it is involved any field. Okay, so in this case, just we are talking about the sustainability, transportation, and healthcare, and finally finance. So these are the major sectors that AI is involved at recent days. So especially in the sustainability, AI helps optimize the energy consumption, waste management, resource allocation for the environmental sustainability. Especially we are talking about the sustainability, so basically the environment. So it is impact of the transportation, healthcare, and finance. So these are the involved in as a sustainability. So here, the AI enable autonomous vehicle, optimize the traffic management, and enhance the route planning for the efficiency, which is under the transportation. In addition, the previous speaker, Professor Krija, is mentioned healthcare is about the diagnosis the disease and personalize the treatment plan and improve the patient outcomes. These are the major core for the healthcare sectors. And we are talking about the financial sector. So AI powers algorithm for fraud detection, risk assessment, automated trading, and portfolio management. These are the sectors that we'll be covering. So I can show you here the few examples only. So why we need for the machine learning or artificial intelligence nowadays? We are talking every day, we are talking about the ChatGPT, or you want to go anywhere, you are using the Google Map or Google Waze or some other platform that you are using. So to find the nearest or optimize the place that we can mention. So here I can give some of the challenges in achieving the sustainability goals. So especially for high energy consumption. So basically the high energy consumption, we are talking about the transportation sector, which is heavily reliant for the fossil fuel, primarily gasoline and diesel, which contribute to the green gas emission and climate changes. So basically, these are the internal combustion engines that we are using the car, bike, or motorbike, or whichever we have. So it will be produced the lot of carbon dioxide emissions. So this high energy emission and the traditional vehicle poses a significant sustainable challenges. So next, we are going to discuss about the emission and pollution. So we know everybody about the net zero scenario. So in the year 2050, so our world is going to be net zero scenario, net zero carbon dioxide emission. So in this case, we are going to develop slowly by using your artificial intelligence with the electric vehicle or any other transportation sectors. Especially here, the major source of air pollution, emitting the pollution such as carbon dioxide. These emissions contribute the smoke, respiratory problems, environmental degradation. So according to that, the emission and air pollution. Another one is our modern days, the people population is very high, so we need some comfortable, but everybody is using their own car. So automatically the traffic congestion is increased. So increasing the urbanization and population growth. So how to lead the congestion in the many cities worldwide. Every day we are facing the same problem everywhere. The traffic congestion not only the result, the waste of time and productivity, and also that leads to increase the fuel consumption and emissions. It also affects air quality and quality of for the residents. This is very, very major issues. And the next point, inefficient transportation system. So here we have many transportation systems suffer from the inefficiency, such as suboptimal route planning, lack of synchronization between the different mode of transport, and underutilization of capability. These inefficiencies leads waste resources and increase the energy consumption and also unnecessary emissions. So followed by limit adaptation and sustainability technologies. This adaptation of sustainability technologies such as electric vehicle is still relatively low due to the factor like upfront cost and a limited charging infrastructure and range of entities. The lack of widespread adaptation hindered the transition of clearing the transport options. So followed by the lack of integrity and a multi-modal solution. So here the transport system often lack integration between the different mode of transportations, such as buses, trains, and bicycle and pedestrian, they're walking. So these fragmentations makes its challenges for the commutators to plan and use of multiple modes of seamless, resultant in inefficient and unsustainability travel plans. And followed by the infrastructure policy. Okay, so here is very, very another important, the infrastructure policy barriers. Here we have some inadequate infrastructures, includes the charging station for electric vehicle and dedicate the cycling the lanes, can hinder adaptation of sustainability transportation options. Additionally, policy and regulatory barrier may impede the impedance of innovative solution and transition of greener transportation. So these are the challenges requires concerned effort from various stakeholders, including governments and transportation company, technology providers, and urban planners. The application of AI and the advanced technology can play the significant role in overcoming these challenges by optimizing the transportation systems. So in this case, we are talking about the transportation system promoting the sustainability alternative and enhance the overall efficiency, environmental performances. So these things we are making some challenges day-to-day life. So that's why we are going to discuss about the smart transportation and electric vehicle. So coming to the AI transportation autonomous vehicle. So here we are revolutionary the transportation industry. Especially the artificial intelligence is plays a wider role in enabling the self-driving cars. So already we know everything that Tesla is also the provided BMW, and in India, Tata is also making a lot of electric vehicle. And another other autonomous vehicle also, they are following the self-driving cars. And here, what are the algorithms that we are going to use here? The computer vision, sensor fusion, allow vehicle to perceive their surroundings, make a real-time decision and navigation safety without human intervention. Actually, nowadays we are using our car by our own drive. Sometimes we maybe take some Grab, sometimes other platform. So in this case, sometimes it may be happen any accident as a human error. But how we are going to be avoid that error? So in terms, we want to make an autonomous vehicle that should be avoided. So here we are using the traffic management and optimization. So, but we are used to analyze the traffic pattern first and predict the congestion and optimal traffic flow. So these are the key points that we are going to analyze, which is your machine learning or artificial intelligence. So here the machine learning algorithm can analyze a large volume of data from traffic sensors, GPS, and other sources to develop model that optimize the traffic signal timings and dynamic adjust the traffic routes, and also they minimize the congestion. So now we gather machine learning, the artificial intelligence is gather all the data and detect the data. According to that, the machine can give certain points discuss and the predictive maintenance and intelligent transportation. Yes, can you able to see me? Hear me, Dr. Vishal?
Yes, you are audible, sir.
Okay, thank you. So the predictive maintenance and intelligent transportation. So the AI which is help monitor and schedule the maintenance the downtime and the improve the operational efficiency. So here we are need some predictive maintenance. So the precautions. So we have already we have some data by detecting from the sensor, and also there's some historical data, so that we can be able to create. We can analyze the failures. What are the failures that we are maintaining? So this one can be able to do in the artificial intelligence, followed by the intelligent transportation system. So normally we know the different modes of transportation, and also they optimize the routes, and also they provide the real-time information to traveler. Say for example, now we maybe discuss about the Google Map. Suppose if you want to go any place without knowing any data, so you can put the Google Map from one place to another place. Maybe you can put your destination. He will the Google Map is can able to show the data. Show the route where you want. Sometimes it may be optimized. Suppose if the main route is having a traffic jam, so that's why they want to optimize the another way. So these are the things that AI technology is used. Okay. So another one is very important for our electric vehicle, especially for the transportation sector. The energy efficiency, enhance the safety and security. As per the energy efficiency, AI contributes a lot to sustainable transportation by optimizing the energy consumption and reducing the emissions. So here the machine learning techniques can be applied to the optimize the route planning. Just now I told you about that as an example for the Google Map or Waze. So they minimize the consumption of our fuel and improve the efficiency in logistics and supply chain operations. So followed by the enhances the safety and the security. It is also used for this analyzing the sensor data and identify the potential risks or hazards on the roads. Sometimes it may be happen any accident, so it can be prevently before 10 minutes or 15 minutes they can show these are the place the car or any vehicle is stopped there. So that's why we need to identify. So we want to alert already. So we maybe go for the proper way, or maybe we can stop over there. So these are the human we can do, but the AI technique is already showing automatically our the electrical car that can be able to perform as much as possible. So here we enable the intelligent drivers assisting the system, and also enhance the security measures in public and transportation system. So almost in India, Malaysia, and other countries like Australia, Germany. So most around 20-25% is booming up the autonomous vehicle. So another important thing is the optimizing the fuel efficiency and traffic. So we suppose if you purchase a 2023 car, so they have a eco mode. So eco mode is like optimizing the fuel as well as the proper the traffic pattern. So actually the AI algorithm is analyze the traffic patterns and also the road condition and also the vehicle data to determine the most fuel efficient route and the speed. So normally we are driving on the highways. So we want to make the more than 120 or 150. So suppose if you increase the speed limit, automatically alarm will be showing. Okay, you are the exceed the speed limit. So these are the AI techniques that we are day-to-day life we are using, but still we need to improve. That's why our researchers can able to concentrate these areas. So it will be best for you, and also especially for smooth running. So next one, the how AI works for the autonomous vehicle. So everybody want to know eagerly. So this one, we have some sensor elements, sensor, input, image processing, object detection. Okay, basically the sensor inputs, high resolution cameras mounted on the autonomous vehicle, and also the image processing. So the image processing, it should be captured, and the image proceed using the computer vision technology. So the machine learning techniques, the convolution technique or any regression model that will be predict to show everything, and also the noise reduction, image enhancement, and also the object detection is very, very important. So now the technique is a machine learning technique, which is used for CNN, convolutional neural network, are proving the to be the highly effective for object detection. And popular CNN-based algorithm include faster RCNN and YOLO. So these are the techniques that we are using the autonomous vehicle. So maybe I can show you 3 minutes video. So it will be how the AI techniques is involved in the autonomous. The same thing here, object tracking algorithm, which is helps to follow their movement over the time, and such as the Kalman algorithm. So that will be used for our object tracking, followed by classification and semantic segmentation. The AI classify the detection objects into the different categories such as car, pedestrians, traffic sign, traffic lights, etc., etc. But here we used the fully convolutional networks, FCN, have been widely used for the segmentation task, enabling the classification of each pixel in an image into the different category. So you can refer the references as well, then number 7. So another is as a electrical engineers or electrical stream people are doing the research, especially for battery management system. This is the recent as well as the hot topic. So many universities or many industries also they doing the research. Suppose our participants wants to pursue master or PhD. So this is the better topic to choose for your PhD or master program. So especially for the electric vehicle are equipped with the various sensors that also the collected the real-time data on the battery performance, include voltage, current, temperature, and SOC, state of charge. The AI algorithm can process a sensor the data, provide accurate insights into the health of battery, detecting the abnormality and potential failure, the triggering timely as well as the maintenance the actions. So normally our battery wants to store the energy in terms of DC source, DC. So here we want to make the charging as well as the discharging. So we want to make a proper or optimal charging that should be maintain our battery life as well as the optimal solution. So here the AI techniques is very much useful for charging the process by analyzing the factors such as SOC and the grid conditions and energy cost. In addition to determine the best time to charging. So normally whenever we want to charge, so the peak hours if you charge the battery, the pollution as well as the environmental impact, it will be sharing the load in the various places. But we want to get the proper time to charge our battery. This is a standalone the electric vehicle. So maybe you can take off the advantages of peak electricity rates and also the renewable energy. So here we are almost in the last 20 years, the renewable energy is also the booming, especially for solar, wind, and tidal. So these are the three renewable energy is available at every country at present, especially in Malaysia. We are using for the solar as well as the wind wave energy. So these are the trend that we are making the renewable energy for power generation. So another one, we want to charging and discharging, we want to make an optimal cost and also the impact of the environmental. So here we used for the CNN deep learning algorithm is widely used for the battery management system. So still you may be our researchers can able to take this point, you can continue the research. So our team is also using, working on the battery management system, especially for electric vehicle. Maybe if you want, you can join later. Okay, so now I want to show you some video for more understanding.
Self-driving vehicles can detect obstacles and stop if necessary. With the help of sophisticated technology, vehicles from Navaya, Waymo, and local motors are able to pick up passengers on demand and take them to their desired destination. Autonomous vehicles are also able to recognize traffic lights and road signs at intersections and act accordingly. But how do they actually do all this? Self-driving cars do not require a driver to get from A to B. The technology in and on the vehicle is the driver. The technology includes many sensors, such as lidar sensors, ultrasonic sensors, cameras, and radar sensors. The sensors are located at the front and the rear of the vehicle. Cameras and lidar sensors are also frequently found on the roof. Without them, the vehicle would be virtually blind. LiDAR is a key component in many vehicles. LiDAR works similar to radar. LiDAR, however, does not use radio waves, but many light rays that are reflected by the objects in the surroundings and detected by the LiDAR sensor. In this way, a point cloud is generated from the environment. However, LiDAR does not recognize road signs. Cameras use artificial intelligence to recognize and interpret street signs. Cameras are also used to detect obstacles and are needed for lane keeping. Neither LiDAR nor cameras can handle fog. In this situation, radar is needed for forward collision warning and avoidance. A major disadvantage of radar, however, is that the objects must be large enough to be detected. Pedestrians or cyclists may therefore not be recognized by radar. The exact position of the vehicle is determined by GPS and highly accurate digital maps. Digital maps contain a lot of information, including information such as intersection signs and speed limits. Since GPS cannot always be guaranteed, for example in tunnels and street canyons, odometry is also necessary. For example, the wheel diameter and the wheel speed can be used to estimate the future position of the vehicle. All data from sensors are then combined and processed in one or more processors. NVIDIA, AMD, and other manufacturers offer such chips for autonomous driving.
Thank you for watching the video. So next, I would like to go for some future perspective and the opportunity for our attendees, especially those who are doing the research in the AI platform. Okay, so say for example, we are talking about the sustainability. So in this case, we need the AI optimize energy consumption and reduce the waste and predictive analysis for the efficient energy grids, smart agriculture for the crop health as well as the resource management. So this area is also in future, maybe you can pick, and followed by the autonomous vehicle. So this one everybody is looking for that. So AI is enable the autonomous navigation and decision making. Sometimes we are not familiar to apply the brake or any incident. So sometimes it may be happen any accident, but here the AI is involved. So automatically everything is sensible. So it can be do the proper stop or proper diversion to go, did not meet the accident, any happening. So here the AI technique is also involved, especially in this area. Our researchers can able to search some of the potential problems. So you can find the suitable algorithm you need to develop, and also the improve the road safety as well as the reduce the congestion. And the current research and the opportunity R&D and innovation in AI. So advancement in the algorithm, ongoing research in the AI algorithm leads to novel approaches and improve the performance. Already they established, but as a researchers, so wants to improve the performance in terms of different way of approaches. So especially we want to develop a new algorithm that push boundary of the AI capability. So in this case, we make it as a key points as enhance the accuracy, efficiency, and adaptability of the AI system. And also another important thing is the hardware, advancement in hardware. So especially you want to design the hardware architecture that they optimize the computational. You need to develop your own algorithm, especially for the fast processing, improve the efficiency, scalability of the AI system, and also the advancement of data. So we have a lot of data, so we want to have the proper data to train the algorithm, okay, train the model. So almost okay. So AI is now my presentation. AI plays a vital role in the promoting environmental sustainability through the optimizing the resource management and the energy consumption. Finally, the transportation benefit from AI through autonomous vehicle, transportation management, and also the routing algorithm. So additionally, suppose if you are young generation, so uh, you can discuss about your any expert in this field, or maybe you can find the lot of sources, open sources are available. So you can find the what is the reality. So you maybe visit in the field visit of the real time the industry, so you can get more benefit. And also like us, our university, our team, the center research is doing a lot of research in this field, and not only in this field, we have a diversity. So you can follow that. So these are some references I can give you. This is my contact information. You can email me at any time. You can call me at any time. So I will do my best for you. So most welcome. Thank you. So now I pass to Dr. Vishal and the panel members for any discussion Q&A. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Vishal and the recruiters, the team organizer.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving your deep insights on this particular topic, that is use of AI in the transportation. And I would like to convey one more things to all the participants, that Dr. Ramani is hiring postdoc and the PhD people in this area. So if you are keen to do work in this particular area, AI in renewable energy studies and the AI in transportation, autonomous vehicles, then you can approach to Dr. Ramani and you can send a WhatsApp also. You will get the reply within a 1 hour. This is my experience, that you will get the reply so prompt from him. So without further ado, that we would like to proceed further. So first of question we have for Dr. Ramani, that how the waste management can be done using AI.
Okay, so just a minute.
Yeah, there is a one question that is asked by the Dr. Madhuri.
Okay, okay. How waste management can be done AI? Very nice question. Thank you. Actually, here we have many different aspects, the management. So especially your financial management or waste management. So in this case, we need to develop any algorithm, especially for the convolution or regression methods that can be adapted to. We have some data how we are going to be make it, but this one is mostly in the civil engineering. But we are not very familiar, but you can get some information from them. But in this case, I maybe advise you, you can make it some the developing your algorithm based on your data, label data. So I believe that you maybe get some info from me. Thank you.
Sure. And there is another question to Dr. Girija, that can we say the accuracy of AI systems is dependent on the training data, ma'am?
Of course, yes. You need to have a properly balanced data. Normally in healthcare, you normally have very highly imbalanced data. There's more healthy people, which is a good case, and very few people which have, which is abnormal or a disease. And if you train the algorithm with this kind of imbalance, where 90% of the data is healthy and 10% of the data comprises of the people with the disease, and you want it to be detecting the disease out of that, this is needs to be a proper algorithm design. You have to balance the data. There are several synthetic balancing techniques of having a imbalanced data work well. For example, you upsample the minority class, or downsample the majority class. Those are some approaches. And then with this generative AI, you can generate fake samples or synthetic samples, and then make sure that addresses the imbalance. That's one of the biggest challenges, that that community is working more on synthetic AI, synthetic generation of images and samples to balance and make sure it is accuracy and it is robust and it is going to detect the false negatives and false positives accurately.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. And one more question for Dr. Ramani. I have seen in the chat window. Sir, what is your view on AI explainability in the context of using AI in transportation, where we can say that responsibility is an important topic? That is question asked by the Dr. Bogdan from Croatia.
Okay. So what is your view on AI explanation and context using AI transportation? Very nice question. Thank you, Dr. John. Actually, here the AI transportation and the responsibility, we have listed many things in terms of fuel consumption, in terms of traffic congestion. So these are the major, and also the battery management system. So these are the importance. So we need to take care, but we need to collect the data. From the data, we already labeled data or maybe the standard data. So we want to give the machine learning techniques. Maybe you can use any machine learning techniques, so that can be give the proper solution for that. But in addition, their responsibility is more important. So whether you are going for the AI in any field, not only the transportation sector. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And now I have one question for you, both of you. Can we say AI is equally intelligent as humans? So first of all, I would like to take view from Dr. Girija on this particular topic.
Not yet. We are not there yet. We probably will be there soon, but the way this generative AI is making waves, but no, it is not general. There's a lot of work going on general intelligence. At the moment, it's called AGI, Artificial General Intelligence. We're still not there, but they can actually work in targeted areas if you actually train them appropriately. And what do you input? If, for example, the person who invented ChatGPT, the company, they said, you need to give appropriate input to make it give appropriate output. If the input is incorrect, it will not be intelligent enough because it's been trained only on the data. For humans, we have memory. We have memory and we use data, and together with memory and data, we become intelligent slowly. You know, compared to when we were children, a child probably doesn't have a lot of memory, but he builds the connection slowly. And this is what is lacking. We cannot actually embed memory with data. We can make it train. And of course, there is work going on how to actually use, time series analysis to embed memory from the past. Yeah, so I would say we are not yet there, but we will soon be there.
Yes, Dr. Ramani, your views, please.
Yeah, thank you. So I totally agree with Dr. Krija. So while AI excel in specific tasks, it lacks of broad range of cognitive ability, contextual, the understanding, as well as the creativity, adaptability, the common sense reasons, and also the conscientiousness, and that is also the human process. But the AI, we already have some data, so we want to train. But this one is not that much. But anyway, so the AI is designed for especially for intelligent and to not match the human intelligence, and it's the deep and breathe. So this is why we want to say. Thank you.
So I'm taking a last question from Dr. Rajesh Sharma, that how to deal with the digital divide. Dr. Rajesh, can you please explain more on this question?
Yeah. Okay. I can explain
Yes.
about it. Actually, he is from electronics background. I feel that. So he wants to make a digital division device. So actually, this also we are using. Say for example, we are designing the silicon carbide or silicon material that we are making the processing for the manufacturing of the device, any device like a power electronics device or the analog devices like a diode or a PJT or MOSFET, whatever it is. But normally we are doing the computer simulation. But here still is also the designing, the timing as well as the accuracy is also the difficulty. But now you are involved in any optimization technique or machine learning technique that should be useful for the minimizing the complexity and also the reducing the complex of the processing. So that will be useful. Definitely, the digital device is also involved. In AI is involved in this field as well. Thank you.
So we can take one more questions from Dr. Padmanishini. Ma'am, Dr. Girija ma'am, this question is for you. What is the difference between ANN and CNN?
Yeah, so the ANN is a generic term that's used for all artificial intelligence networks. There could be feed-forward network, it could be LSTM, or it could be RNN. They all are type of artificial neural networks. They necessarily, the preliminary artificial neural networks required a lot of feature extraction. You have to actually extract different types of shape and texture and color to be able to, or latent features need to be extracted before. Whereas CNN is a deep learning algorithm, and where you don't need to extract anything. You can straight away feed data and it comes with a decision or a output. So basically it uses a sophisticated architecture. There are several types of architectures which CNN uses, like UNet and ResNet and the VGGNet. All those networks use a combination of different parts of the networks, multiple networks configured in a fabric or a matrix called convolution neural network. That becomes so efficient that it doesn't need any feature extraction. You directly give data, internally it does the feature engineering, and you get the output, whether depending on the downstream task, whether it is a classification, segmentation, or restoration. It can be architecture can be designed. So CNN is much smarter than a simple ANN, but ANN is generally used as a generic term. If
Yes,
that makes
thank you,
sense.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. We all can say that we all are dependent on the AI technologies, as from PC and the mobile devices to the internet and social media to the home automation and mobile payments. Computer science scientists have made a significant contribution to the society and already improved the efficiency, reduced cost, and increased accuracy in the various fields. So we all are dependent on the AI techniques nowadays. Without at this moment, now I take the permission and going to end our panel discussion. Hope we have done the justification to all the panelists for giving their valuable time to us. Now I request Ms. Larvinia from the Recruiter to take over the session and continue with it. Thank you, madam. Thank you, Dr. Ramani, and thank you, Dr. Girja, for giving your valuable time to us.
Thank you. Thank you.
And for making time today. It's a public holiday in most of the countries in APAC. So also thank you to the attendees who spared the time to join us this afternoon. So it's been very interactive. Unfortunately, I'm not an expert on this subject to lend my voice, but I do want to share some resources with you that if you do deem them as useful, feel free to approach us for the free access. Right, so there's this frontier research collections being brought together by De Gruyter, in which we include about 470 titles, English only language, over 6 emerging areas. So AI is one of them, and it covers more than just that. So I will include a preview link for all attendees and registrants to have a look at what are the titles that you'll be able to access to. There's also a very simple form. Just fill in the form and let us know you want to have access to all the titles for the next 60 days or any day that you wish to activate your access for, and we will probably follow up with you on that. So I'll include all this on the post-event email. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to hold up your time, and I wish everybody a good afternoon and have the rest of the day. Enjoy. Okay, thank you to the panelists again. All right, bye-bye.
And I would like to give my personal regards to Ms. Damiano also, who have given us an opportunity for this particular interaction. Thank you.
Maybe Dr. Vishal, maybe take a group photo.
Yes, yes, I'm just taking one a minute, sir.
Okay, maybe we include our participant.
Yes, I will share. I will share.
That would be great. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Girja ma'am, I will share with you. I have taken.
Okay. No worries.
Okay, I'm asking you all the participants, maybe turn on the camera and take a group picture.
Their video is turned off by default. So unfortunately, we won't be able to do a group.
Actually, Ramani sir, this is a webinar, not a meeting. So in the webinar, attendees cannot on the video or a mic.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That is a limitation.
Understand.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry about
Thank
that.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lavinia. Thank you,
No
Dr.
problem.
Vishal.
Thank you. See you next
Thank you,
time.
Dr. Raman. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Lavinia. Thank you,
Good day.
Rija. Thank you, Vishal. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.